Afro Fish OG. What is up, everyone? It is Taylor and Black Scorpio again on the Afro and the Scorp podcast. I think this is it. I think this is what I'm going with. Afro and the Scorp. We're just gonna keep it as is. We're not fucking touching it.
Yeah, might as well.
So I like this one actually better. So hope everyone's doing all right. It is January 29th, 2024. We are almost done with January already. It doesn't even feel, it feels so weird too, because like, at least for where I'm over here, it doesn't feel like January.
No, not at all.
I don't know
Same
where,
here.
yeah, we got hit with like a heat wave. I was walking my dog and all that stuff. All I had was this, I mean, it's a heavy duty jacket, but it's sweatshirt, zip up, but like, it's still that's all I needed. It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I was super happy with it. So, what is up, Flamingo? Hope you're doing Flamingo-tastic and just doing great. So today we have kind of I don't know what to call it. We're talking about a few things here, so I can't wait to get into it. Normally I would do a little more of an introduction, but I'm feeling up and like ready to go with this. Probably because I'm also late. It's my fault. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh. So alrighty. So we're gonna kick it off. We wanted to kick it off with something that I talked about in the last episode where I talked about when I was by myself, and that is the bosses. We were talking about like video game bosses. We were talking about all different kind of stuff about that. And so I know I talked about it a little bit, and I was kind of a little bit all over the place. But also, don't do a podcast when you're tired. Like, don't do a podcast when you're tired, because it's never going to work out the way you think it is. So I know you have a list of some bosses that you wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about like some of the bosses that I like to, and some mechanics wise as well. So I said something. I thought it was kind of an interesting thing in my mind, because you know that's how my mind works. But I said in the last one that like bosses that require a lot of minions to take over are not good boss design.
Okay, well, this one we're gonna touch on Baldur's Gate again. One of the 2023 Game of the Years for a good reason, which we thought at the beginning we were gonna be like, oh, how does a new game that just comes in from Larian Studios that just comes in and wipe the board? Well, it is Larian Studios, right?
Yeah, it's Larian Studios.
Oh, okay, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I just kind of had a brain moment there, but yeah, no, it's wow, impactful. I would have to say it's actually one of the hardest fights thus far. I'm still doing my first playthrough with my characters. We're level 8, but this boss is only a level 10. You're thinking to yourself, oh, it's not too bad at level 10. Oh, and I'm level 8, which isn't too bad. And this is just only Act 2. There might be a little bit of spoilers on the name of the bosses, but there's not going to be a whole bunch of spoilers at all on how to beat the bosses or how I've defeated the boss. I'm just gonna touch base that there is a few bosses that have been in Act 2, but this one stands out the most. By far, I feel that actually two of them would stand out more than the others. The first one I'm going to talk about, compared to the others, was the Jering. How do you say this? Jeringoth?
Well, before we jump into, just let you know, there's going to be spoilers for many games. Baldur's Gate is included, so if you don't want to go into Baldur's Gate 3 specifically, here's your spoiler here in 3, 2, 1, continue.
Well, like I said, I'm not actually gonna go into a spoiler. I'm not really gonna go into too much of spoilers. I'm just gonna go into the fact that, like, again, we're discussing about like what makes a boss, and like having a set number of minions versus whatever. I'm not gonna go 100% fully ruin it for you, like what the boss attacks do and everything. But I will say the name. So this is just an Act 2. There's 1, 2, 3 of them that are kind of related in the sense that they're all related.
Mm.
So the two I'm talking about is just one of the three that are related and another one. But the one that's out of the related trio, I would have to say is uh Duringo Thorm or whatever. It was in Act 2, the Toll House. So anybody who played Baldur's Gate or is in the middle of Baldur's Gate who is in Act 2 know exactly what I'm talking about the Toll House. This boss, what made this boss a pain in the ass but feasible but also doable is again the minions. Not only is this an Act 2 boss, again you're looking at maybe close to level 10, maybe 8. This isn't one of the hardest fights, but it's more of a pain in the ass. The summoning of minions.
Mm.
She summons skulls. They're just floating skulls. But again, it's just the fact that like there's like 4 or 5 of them, which isn't too bad. But again, why does this boss have at least over 300 health plus have to summon like 7 minions? So that's one of the bosses. That's one of the bosses right there. Then the big harder boss that I would have to say would be one of the best boss fights would be Yorgir from the Gauntlet of Shar. That's the one I just took down just before we actually started this cast up.
Mm-hmm.
That one I would say would be so far the hardest boss fight, and that's just an Act 2 of Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
It's a level 10 boss that summons 7 minions to help, but has maybe about 100 health. That's about it. Maybe low in numbers, but I find it cheap as hell. But it was a good fight though.
Right. Well, and that's
so
the thing.
Basically, trying to touch base on what you were saying, like in your cast. Like I did watch your cast alone, and I do apologize for not being there. I know it was a little. It was actually kind of entertaining on the end seeing Afro on the Scorp, but it's just Afro. It should have just been known as the Afro cast at that point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we call
yeah.
it Afro on the Scorp, so we're just gonna keep Afro on the Scorp as is. So it's a lot easier.
No, exactly. But that's as far as I'm gonna get on the bosses. I would have to say it was an amazing fight. When you guys get to that point, enjoy the game as much as you can to the fullest.
Okay, and that's interesting too, because I always feel like bosses, unless they're designed to be something cheap, like you have a character that's just like he's a trickster and he's designed to be this cheap character. If you're gonna bring in minions, and this is actually I actually enjoyed Evil West's boss when I was fighting the Parasite. Because the Parasite for your Evil West is huge and it's constantly in your face. That is the threat. The threat should always be the boss. It shouldn't ever be taken away from it just because you have little ones. Like they do bring little guys in there, but they're the exploders you can pop in like one hit. And the boss can actually kill them off. They can take care of themselves.
Exactly. Not none of these they bring in minions that have their own. Again,
that was actually
going back to the
Baldur's
Gate one.
Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank ripped apart.
And the Baldur's Gate one, the one I'm talking about, each minion had at least health of close to 100 on its own, which is its own character. Like,
right?
No, who am I fighting? Like, come on.
In Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, they would clue times where they'd have bosses, and then there's a few times where they would bring in heavy enemies at the same time. So I'm trying to deal with the boss while also is more like the problem is he's more like a bullet sponge. Like that is another issue that I would definitely say I have, but I can get in that in a second. Is a bullet sponge a lot more than the other guys who are also bullet sponges, and it just didn't make for it made for really frustrating fights. That's my only real gripe with like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. But I always feel like, I don't feel like they should take away too much. I mean, I look at like in the Batman Arkham games, sometimes you're fighting a boss. Like if you're fighting Ra's al Ghul and you have other guys who are trying to fight, usually the boss leaves for a second. So then the minions come in and then start beating at the minions. And then the boss fight comes back. Like if that's on a timer or something, I'm actually fine with that. There's a really interesting one in Persona 5 Royal. In Persona 5 Royal, you'll face off against Okumura. And Okumura is known as like one of the most infamous boss fights. And it's because you can't just bulldozer your way through it as easily, especially on your first run. On the second run, you absolutely can. But so he brings down 4 enemies, right? So it's a turn based. So he brings down 4 enemies. And this boss fight really highlights the exploiting weaknesses into. Exploiting weaknesses. So let me just get into a sec before I continue. So a bullet sponge flamingo rider is basically an enemy that just takes an obscene amount of damage and it doesn't feel like anything's changing. When you're fighting, like I noticed this for me, it was like you can have an enemy that's a tank, right? Like the big daddies, right? But at some point you do realize they're going to go down. The handyman from Infinite felt more like bullet sponges because it didn't feel like it affected anything.
Resident Evil
Um,
2, all like the whole Resi series, all the zombies up leading up to the boss fights are all bullet sponges. Like they're making you waste ammo on something that's not really necessary that you could just one hit and run.
yeah,
But nobody understands that at the beginning.
no. And they start to feel like it because the boss fights start to feel tedious. Like oh, there's a boss fight or even just a normal enemy, they start to feel very tedious. Like you're like, I feel like I'm just putting like bullets into this guy and nothing's happening. And it's not because the design's that way. Like let's say someone like Mr. X, you know what I mean? It's not like that. It's just a normal enemy that's just not going down, and it's not fun that way. Now, getting back to the Okumura fight. So the Okumura fight, yes, you have your 4 enemies to drop, and you have to learn to exploit each one of the weaknesses of the enemies. So when you exploit a weakness, you knock them down. When you knock them down, you get another turn. So then you pass it off to the next person. And then the next person gets a damage increase, and then you knock that one down, you pass it off. A lot of people didn't realize that in the Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, it's actually a little bit easier. But like it was really is a really powerful, like really like it made you feel really, really powerful when things were working correctly. But that was fun engineering. That was good game design. You know what I mean? Okay, I was kind of confused about that was. Makes me think of what happens to SpongeBob or something like that. Well, I mean, like Doodle Bob would be a bullet sponge. Um, but you know, it's definitely not a fun design. Like you should feel like there's some sort of progress. You know, whether there's a health bar or something like that. Like Dark Souls would feel so. I don't think Dark Souls would feel a lot weirder if there was no health bar. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine playing Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3, or just there's no health bar whatsoever. Like I would
I
feel like
mean, there
the
are
fight
some
would.
games that put it in there as like a hardcore mode where you're not supposed to know anything that oh, I don't have any health. It's like why? Why would you do that? Like no, that doesn't make any sense. The health bar is there. Like
Oh
why?
no,
What's the sole purpose of like getting rid of your hub? Oh, because it's hardcore. Like you don't see. Well, first of all, okay, yeah, in real life there's no health stamina, no bar, no nothing to tell you if you're gonna die or not. But it's like, again, this is a video game. Give us all of our tools.
right?
Like what does that accomplish? Oh, I have an empty screen. Okay, congratulations.
No, exactly, and it just doesn't come out as very enjoyable. But those are two of my like biggest gripes when it comes to boss fights. But I do think there's a lot of them that get done really, really well. Like I said, a lot of the Persona ones are done very, very well. The tried and true formula of the Legend of Zelda boss fights are usually always done very, very, very well. They have been done very well for a long, long time. But you know, if I were to get into like some of my favorite boss fights, like there's 3 things that should go into the boss fight that I think makes a really fun one, right? My first thing is the atmosphere. You know what I mean? If I go to fight a boss, I want it to feel like it's something earned. And I think honestly, The Legend of Zelda does this always really well. You know, you go into that
Yeah.
room, you go into the dungeon room, um, the door slams shut behind you, you know, and you're just like, okay, like I know, like this is it. This ain't there ain't no turning back because like Link like looks back behind him too, and then keeps on going, and then like you know you see it. The water temple Not the Twilight, not the Ocarina of Time one. That one's terrible. The
Mm.
Twilight Princess one. So you ever played Twilight Princess?
I was in the middle of it and I never actually completed it.
Okay. So in Twilight Princess, you go to take on in the water temple Morpheal, right? Not Morpha,
Yeah.
not the water bulb from Ocarina of Time that is just terrible. Um like I think if you're still standing then you still have life. That's all it is. Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I'm sorry. That's that. Like that's the only way I could put it. Like,
oh
but
no,
yeah,
no,
continue and then I'll go on and
you're
explain
absolutely
that.
correct. Actually, what's kind of funny about that, it reminds me of like when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's always this saying of as long as your life points aren't zero, you haven't lost.
Well, exactly, but that is also true. Like, I'm even sorry to say this, but I'm gonna be playing Bloodborne at some point coming up, and yeah, that's gonna be a feat in its own. But the way you got to look at it is, unless you see your character flop, you're still
Mhm.
alive in that sense.
No, absolutely.
Like a health bar
Um,
just if anything, the health bar, if anything, rages people because you see like you're smashing and smashing and smashing and you're like, how much health does this boss have? And then you see very, very little health going down. You're just getting enraged. Yeah, if it's not there, then it's still enraging at the fact that like you're thinking you're doing more damage than that's my gripe actually. Like you feel like you're doing more damage than you actually are.
right,
So the health bar should only be put, I feel, maybe during boss fights. That's about it, just to show if you're actually doing damage. But throughout an entire game, you could kind of already like justify like how you are like as you're playing as you go.
right.
Like I'm sorry if I'm running down the street and a rat bites me in my ass and I go down from an infection. Yeah, I know I'm dead.
Well, did you roll for a saving throw? Oh,
No.
like, so that's what I'd always like. Make sure you do a death save right there. But like,
Yeah,
and that's the
exactly.
thing. Like, I will use so atmosphere is one of the big things for me. And when I use Twilight Princess, is ever get a chance, you play Twilight Princess, play the boss fight for the Water Temple. So like, you walk into the room, and I'm going to spoil Twilight Princess's boss fight, water boss fight. So get over it. Go into the room. Excuse me. You go into the room. What up? We have a lunchtime. So Metal Slug is notorious for no health bars during bosses and just endlessly shooting it. Yeah, that's Metal Slug, but I love Metal Slug. And what up, Kooky? Kooky Studios. So just so you know, too, before I jump in, I just want to let you guys know. So Kooky Studios is the one who did my intro and outro. Both absolutely
Dude, and it's
fantastic.
fantastic.
On top of that, he
It's
also just
fantastic.
dropped a new music video on his so from the makers of the guy who made Falling Out of Love, it's my last love song for you. Uh and so that one, definitely go and check it out. Though I'm gonna say is when you go into the boss fight, you go in, there's like just a pool of water, right? Like there's nothing else. It's kind of like a cave over, it's kind of like a pool of water. Link runs in and he jumps into the pool. When you put on the iron boots, and when you put on the iron boots, you just start dropping. Like you just start dropping into the water and you're sinking farther and farther. You sink for very much oh man, at least like maybe 15, 20 seconds. Like it is deep, you know what I mean? So you are definitely not in your element. So then you hit the ground and there's just sand and stuff, and of course you're surrounded by water. And all of a sudden these tendril things come out. Well, you start finding the tendrils, and then all of a sudden the whole eel comes out of the ground. You know what I mean? So they really made it seem like it was one Twilight Princess. I'm gonna stand on this to the day I die. Twilight Princess has the best boss fight atmosphere, and it's my favorite. It's my favorite Zelda game, but it's the favorite boss fight atmospheres you can have in a game, and it is so well done. Um, so like atmosphere is a huge thing for me. Um, it really makes the game no problem, my dude, at any time. And I mistake,
No, but
yeah, Twilight
yeah,
Princess
it
is
is an
amazing.
amazing outro and intro. Like it is amazing.
Oh, it is. I love his intro and outros. Um, and that's the thing is so I was like, in terms of like an actual like the way that the atmosphere, it has to set the scene. You know what I mean? Because if I was just fighting in just a really boring area, it doesn't feel fun. Second is music. You know what I mean? Like I don't know about you, but to me the music has to get me going. Like Dark Souls and all the From Software games do this beautifully, where you just have this like orchestra behind you, where you're like, bro, I'm about to beat the fuck out of you. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
it's also setting. But that's the problem. But that's the thing. It's the setting. It's not just like the visual aspects of the game. It's also the setting, because without the setting is what creates the mood. Without the mood is like what gets you hyped.
mhm.
Dark, like if you want to compare like all the Dark Souls, you're not gonna go in there with a rocker theme in Dark Souls. No, Dark Souls is all classical, like medieval and like orchestrated. And then you go into Devil May Cry, it's like, yeah, then you start getting the pump ups
I
and like,
am the storm that. It's
yeah,
like,
like
yeah, it's
you
like,
wouldn't be hearing like,
oh, and
yeah,
well,
it's
think
just
about Doom and Doom Eternal. Like, no game gets me like that. Like, I can sit there and like when I hear like the Doom theme, like the only thing they fear is you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm so glad that I'm an adult now and not a teenager, because I would have just cranked out like 8 monsters and proceeded to try to bench press like a whole like semi truck.
have you tried Metal Hellsinger? Apparently,
I have not tried it. It's on PlayStation, but I haven't got to it yet.
Metal Hellsinger, or like these rhythm and dance games like Dance of the Necromancer and all that, like they're fun.
Mhm.
But like apparently Metal Hellsinger, I heard, is like a really good one. It's closer to I would say the Doom aspect, like when you look at the gameplay footage and everything, and it's like you have to go to the rhythm of beats. And then they come up with like the goofy ones, like from the creators of Fall Guys. They created Headbangers, which is like with a bunch of pigeons. But
Ah,
like it's like you rock to the head of the beat with the pigeons. It's like
that's awesome. I love that.
yeah.
Well, and like, even so, like even games that aren't going to be like super huge into it, like they did like music and stuff. Those are the two things I love. It has to be like the area that you're fighting in, and then the music, and then the last thing is obviously the mechanics. You know, did I learn something? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, like that's a weird thing to say, but did I learn something? You know what I mean? Um, the Souls games are always really big on that. They always make you realize that like if you're doing something wrong, they'll let you know. But like even I'm gonna go back to the Legend of Zelda games, because each one of them incorporates the weapon of the dungeon weapon into it, which I always thought was always really cool and made the game feel like fun. You know, it also made everything feel very unique. So like it's always really interesting that like it takes a few things to make a good boss fight. One of the things I didn't not say there is that you toss a bunch of enemies on the fucking screen, and that does not make a good boss fight.
No, it just
It
makes it annoying.
it makes it very annoying, yes, and the game shouldn't feel annoying. Um, like if I'm getting to a boss and I'm starting to feel annoyed, and not because of my own play, but it's like oh, there's a bunch of bombers, and like you got big heavy guys, and these big brute guys are going through as well, and I'm like, oh, this isn't fun. Like this
No,
actually
it's not.
gets very annoying very
And
quickly.
especially when you're like leading up. Everybody knows. Everybody who's played a damn video game knows when they're gonna hit to a boss fight. You walk into an area, there's a shit ton of health, a shit ton
Mhm.
of ammo, everything is at your disposal. So you know that the moment you walk through that door, you're gonna die.
Exactly.
So it's like it's giving you a whole arsenal. But then the moment you step through that door, only to be hit with 100 minions plus a boss, then what's the point of giving you that whole arsenal? Because that whole arsenal is just for that one boss alone, not the
Hmm.
minions involved. So it's like the game is just saying, nah, we're just doing a big F you because,
Yeah.
you got this far. It's like,
Like
why?
I would say, like for me, one of the most annoying boss fights I've ever had to deal with was and this is on a challenge mode, so it's a little bit harder, but it was the I am the Night mode in Arkham Origins. I beat Arkham Origins on I am the Night mode, which is basically beat it on New Game Plus in one life.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of times I would get kind of cheap shotted by one of the enemies in the back of the head or something like that. I still beat it, but it was just not a fun moment to go through. Um, And so I kind of I'm just not a fan. That's my only real gripe is when it comes to video games. I love like boss fights that can stand on their own. But that's the
But
fun
that's the
part.
fun part. Yeah. I
That's the
know
fun
I
part.
was laughing at that too because I understand Cookie what you're talking about. Like I am a grinder. I am a trophy chaser, an achievement hunter. But like there are even times where it's like I even have to throw in the towel because it becomes literally impossible to grab. Like
Mhm.
I sat on one boss fight for a whole 10 hours one time. 10 hours doing the same fight. Then I stopped the game. The next day I continued it. It took me another 10 hours before the third day I had to literally look at it with a fresh pair of eyes and come back and be like, this is not
What fight was that?
oof.
The only one I know that's really long for a boss fight is like Final Fantasy 15's, I believe, that giant tortoise.
Are you kidding me?
Um,
That tortoise, I took that down in like 5 minutes. The adamantium tortoise? Yeah, I took
I
that down
think
in
so.
five
I heard
minutes.
that was a big one. I heard that was a big one. Joe Wolf.
Yeah, it's wolf, wolf, wolf. Like no, the adamantium tortoise. I took that down in 5 minutes because I got the ring.
Oh, that's fair.
But no, I'm not gonna lie. The Sephiroth fight at the end is what got me. But
Oh,
that wasn't a fight that took 10 hours though. Like I'm talking about like other games like in the past. Like like I said, I'll sit there and I'll grind games till it's done.
no, that's fair. Um, like I
Well,
most of the
Flamingo, I
games.
used to stream 12 hours straight, so yeah.
Yeah, and now he wears glasses. What a nerd. Oh, like
Yeah,
these are fake.
yeah.
Shadi in Prince of Persia is a topic to talk. I don't remember which Prince of Persia was that the first one because I'm not gonna.
Either
Okay,
that
so
or was that the Sands of Time?
was it that's the first one, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Sorry.
Oh, was it the Sands of Time the first one? I thought
Yeah,
it was Prince of Persia something else.
I wear glasses too. Don't worry, bro. Um, but actually,
I only wear this when I game and when I read. Other than that, I'm fine.
I loved yeah, when I look at other boss fights too, like I mean, there's some like really like goofy ones. I love goofy boss fights. Um, Going back and playing games like Banjo Kazooie and all that stuff, it was always funny. Like just they're just goofy characters. So like the whole boss fights with Gruntilda is always really funny too. Um, you know what a boss fight that annoyed the shit out of me, and I don't remember. It was like the last. I think was it the King. I don't remember exactly. It was like the King or something from Diddy Kong Racing. It was like one of the final ones. Um, I hated fight going against him. Same with Pokemon Stadium. So Pokemon Stadium, I always tell this story because anyone who's played the original Pokemon Stadium on the N64 probably can relate. Okay, so back like I remember playing Pokemon Stadium and I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna go through the first two gyms, right? And I beat the shit out of Brock and I beat the shit out of Misty. Yeah, because she didn't know what the fuck was gonna hit him, and I both of them. I was like, I took you out. So then I go to Lieutenant Surge, you know what I mean, like the energy drink. And so like,
The energy drink. Oh yeah, you've been bolting.
yeah, they called him. They actually his name's actually Professor Crank, but they call
Yeah.
him Lieutenant Surge, in war. Um, but so I remember I was playing it, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna bring in a bunch of rock monsters, right? Because rock and ground could stop electricity, and I've been doing it for the first two fights, and I felt really accomplished. So then I go and I start beating the shit out of his Raichu. I beat the shit, I think, out of a Voltorb, and then he brings out Pikachu, and I'm like, oh, okay, you can get it, bitch. Like I'm like, bring it, and Pikachu used Surf, and
So surfing rat. Okay, got it.
Pikachu used Surf, and I sat there. He like hops on a surfboard, and I sat there like stone, like this, like what the fuck? Are you fucking serious? Like I was like, are you fucking serious? Um, and I was so mad. Like I watched every one of all six of my Pokemon just get obliterated by this fucking Pikachu spamming Surf, and I had to go back to the beginning, and I just sat there, like, that's a fucking bullshit. Like, and you know for a fact that like that the developers are just giving you the big metaphorical middle finger. You know what I mean? Like, just being like, you're trash. But it got me, and I was so mad. So Onimusha Dawn of Destiny was a really hard game. I never played Onimusha. But what was that for, Cookie? What was that for? Let's see. Ever want to be a Pokemon master if any of you were in the Pokemon world? I mean, yeah, because let's be honest, it's the word master. Like I am the best. It's like I
He
want to
tends
be
to debate a
I
lot
don't
too
want to be a
about it.
Pokemon trainer, you know what I mean?
He
Oh,
also likes to debate as well, so he's a master of them.
shut the fuck up. So the
Oh, did it finally click in?
I didn't hear it right away. Um the slow got me. But like it was, yeah, if you ever want to be a Pokemon, yeah, I mean I'd love to be. I would have my team set up. Like it would for me because like Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire were always really cool. I really loved those. They had some of my favorite Pokemon. So I would be like in that Pokemon world. But if not, I don't know, maybe Sword and Shield. I'm not gonna lie to you, like that. To be in a world would be kind of weird, but it'd be so dope regardless. It was on PS2. Okay, so it was on PS2. That's probably why I didn't get a chance to play it because my parents were super strict on what the shit I could play.
No,
So it was
that's
basically
interesting.
like Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank. There was no God of War. There was no like Japanese games, which really sucks because I remember I was watching X Play and they'd find like weird games from Japan, and I would just sit there like, someone got paid to make this.
Mm.
Like Mr. Mosquito, Katamari Damashi. I mean, Katamari Damashi blew up like crazy. That was one of those games that blew up, and it was really weird.
Wolf's bringing up a good one as well. Call of Duty Future Warfare. Apparently, it got split up into two other games, and then
Never heard of it.
Neversoft was working on it. Yeah.
That's interesting. Um, Dawn of Destiny was it's a 2 disc game. Oh man, remember that? Remember when they had to do 2 disc games?
Well, Final
uh,
Fantasy was one of the Final Fantasies was 4 discs.
yeah, a 3. I think Final Fantasy 13 was like 2 or 3 discs.
Yeah.
Um,
God, I
yeah, the
remember. I
project
remember
never
the
saw the
days
light of day.
just going to a friend's house and bring the cartridge.
Yeah. Oh well, I played San Andreas without my parents knowing back then. Dude, you are such a giga Chad. Like,
Well,
oh shit, here we go again. In this thing, you know, but San Andreas is just a legendary, like a super fun legendary title. I'm so glad that they remade it into trash. Like, you know, what about Extinction for Call of Duty Ghosts? Well, here's the thing: we don't talk about Call of Duty Ghosts, Cookie. We don't talk about that here. Like, this is a good gaming channel. Like, no, it's funny because like Call of Duty. I'm actually, now that you're bringing up Call of Duty, dude. I remember like I had so many Call of Duty memories. Like I don't really play it because you and I both know I really don't play Call of Duty anymore.
oh yeah, I've had too many Call of Duty memories too. Like just a couple days ago when I uninstalled it.
Oh, so, you know, I can just see you
Boom,
sitting there. You can
it's
sit there
gone.
sitting there just clicking, just being like, "This is what I think about you," like, the whole time, you know. And the thing is funny is like I've had so many memories because the last like Call of Duty that I really really immersed myself in was Black Ops 2, right? Back in like 2011, 2012.
Something like that.
And
And apparently they're working on Black Ops 5 right now, or they're following it for Black Ops
yeah,
5.
so it's like, oh well, I might go get it now. But the thing
Maybe.
that's funny with like, oh, I hella uninstalled that Mega Disc Hogger, dude. Mega Disc Hogger.
Golf War. That's it. Thanks, Wolf.
Yeah, Gulf War. We couldn't even call a good name for it anymore. We had the Cold War, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare, Advanced Warfare, Gulf War.
I'd
Like
be surprised if it sinks the franchise. I wouldn't be surprised if
Call of
it
Duty,
saves it.
Mario Golf War. Treyarch is the last hope. That's because they brought in zombies, and otherwise they would never would have thought of it. Like, and that's the thing is like, I kind of I don't know. Maybe Golf 4 might be the one that will like be like I might go back into it. I might try to go and get call it Mario Golf War.
I mean, at this point, Hot Shots Golf for you would be Call of Duty.
But don't,
Yeah, see,
don't,
yeah,
don't,
yeah. Call of Duty Hot Shots Golf War.
Hot Shots Golf War.
All right, no problem.
Call of Super Mario Mario Kart War. I'm gonna take a shower. Give me 15. All right, man. Cool. Hey, make sure to leave a follow. It's super. Oh,
That's stream announcement. Bro, you know you're getting trolled when you're reading your own bot.
All right. Call of Party. Call of Waifu.
Yeah.
That sounds. I like that one. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Well, if your waifu isn't Speedwagon, then it doesn't matter. Like,
oh Jesus.
It's always life is, dude. Call of JoJo's.
Call of the Bazaars, yeah.
Call of JoJo's Bizarre Warfare. Dude, I would play that.
Actually, if anything, when Wolf brought up about Treyarch being its last hope, I also read that Cliffy B for Gears of War, he's saying that if Microsoft doesn't bring him on the deal with the Gears, that's their last hope too for the franchise, because it'd be the smartest thing to do would be to bring him back to remake it.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what's getting to the point. Like, actually, have you noticed there've been a lot of layoffs lately too? I just saw that Blizzard also just had a new president as well. Her name's like Joanna something. She was like the Call of Duty franchise marketing manager or something, and they promoted her to president of Blizzard. At this point, I don't know nothing about it. I don't think it's going to change anything, to be honest, at this point, because they just laid off they just laid off like 1,500 people. Like the day she comes back, she gets in there, she already writes an email being like, "It's unfortunate we had to lay off people." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Okay, so a Call of Duty. I'm gonna be honest with you. A Call of Duty and Halo crossover is just Call of Duty 4 or Halo 4. Like it's like it feels more like Halo felt more like a Call of Duty once Halo 4 came in.
Wait, was it that one, or was it what was the one with the jetpacks? Don't you remember we used to play the shit out of that one?
Reach.
Yeah.
Reach was, but Reach still had for the most part. They had like sprinting, but it was not like over towards like an armor ability and that kind of stuff. Also,
yeah, but when you play the one shot mode, like the where you shoot the one shot to the head mode. Yeah, that was awesome.
I loved that. Like SWAT.
SWAT was awesome.
SWAT guns. You remember that one? SWAT guns.
Yeah. It was a pistol and a freaking BR. That's all you had.
No, it was a pistol and a SWAT guns.
No, I'm talking about when I played Reach.
Oh yeah. Well, in Reach it was the DMR or the BR.
Yeah. With the pistol, but the pistol was the whoop ass out of it.
SWAT pistols were fucking rad. Like that was fun. I got the achievement for like killing 5 like stealth kills or something like that, and one of them was because he was trying to hit me and I jumped over him and hit him and got the fucking achievement. I was like, oh, I don't care, bro. That brings you to a fucking great time. Oh man, like I just missed though, you know what I mean? Like I that's one thing I wish they would, like, more people would bring. I wish Halo, I don't know if Halo still has it or not, but they remember the Halo waypoint where you could just flex on your opponent and just be like, "Hey, did you get a triple kill?" You didn't because you suck. You know what I mean? Like I love the trip. I loved like getting, like, seeing what I did, getting all this stuff. When I got my perfection, I always talk about my perfection medal. Like I went to war and got the purple heart. But like,
so you're wearing your gamer badge.
Yeah, dude, my gamer badge. Like, all you kids these days don't understand the dopeness of it. Like, I still want to see For Honor 2. I still want to see. I gotta play For Honor 1. I think For Honor 2 would be a lot more fun if they brought it with lightsabers.
Which one was For Honor again? Ubisoft.
That's the one, right? Where like it's like a PvP, but you have like swords and stuff.
Yeah, but it was like the first. It was when they started introducing the samurai and the big like Mongol characters. And
Right.
like what who was it by again? Ubisoft, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate for Ubisoft because they actually couldn't charge you per sword. So like,
Yeah.
but, but like, yeah, it's to a point where it's fucking wild. But no, like I don't know. It's also Call of Duty is one of those. Halo had some really interesting, not really interesting bosses because I don't really remember a whole lot of bosses from Halo, except for the Brute Chieftain from Halo Two. That was a bullet sponge. Like the Brute Chieftains were fully Brute. Even Craig, remember Craig the Brute when Halo was it Halo 4 got announced or Halo Infinite? Do you remember that? So it was
No.
like when they first came through, when they first dropped the scene of it, and they showed what the Brute looked like, and it was so terrible. People started naming it Craig the Brute.
I would have to say my favorite enemies though, were the ones that like the ones where you had to shoot them in the gut in order to like those big behemoth mofos, those big tanky ones with the cannons for the arms.
Oh, the
The
hunters,
the hunters, yeah.
dude, the hunters kind of scared me because they would just show up, and I'm like, yo,
And they
you,
show up in pairs.
yep, and they're actually it's cool because they're a collection of worms actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the lore wise is that they're just a bunch of worms that just decided to, like I remember seeing, them, I was like, that's so gross, and then I thought about it, I'm like, I'm just a collection of spores, like who somehow gained sentience. It was the samurai, the Viking, and the knights, and that means okay. So Kuki, that means they need Jedi's, Sith, Jon Snow. We're gonna make this. We're gonna make For Honor Fortnite. Okay, like I need to have Goku with swords. Like, maybe they'll put Trunks in there so he's not useless. Um, like, but no, you know what? Another game I always talk. I want to talk about too, like how like fighting games. Like I feel like we're in this weird era where like these game companies are like shit. I just have to keep pumping out Street Fighter because I can never just not have Street Fighter anymore. But like the one game that I don't know if it's coming back, and it kind of scares me, and that's Soul Calibur. Like I love Soul Calibur 6. I have so much fun with it. It is such a fun game. But like the fact of it not coming back makes me really sad.
Mm.
Because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like an era that people are like, oh, I don't like Soul Calibur. I'm like, why don't you? Do you not like big ass swords?
Oh,
Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I mean, it has everything I ever want. Like, it has big ass swords, cool weapons, like a fantasy Asian
Volo.
motif. What?
What was the name? Valdo or
Well,
Volo or something like
yeah, it
that?
has Valdo in there.
Yeah.
Nightmare it has a really good character creation. Women, like it just has everything that I really
Whammon.
like. I want. You know what I mean? It's got the waifus and everything. Like and like I just had so much cool stuff. And then they would bring in like guests and stuff. Like in Soul Calibur 6, they brought in originally it was Geralt from Riverwood, and then is it Geralt from Riverwood?
You're talking about The Witcher, right?
Yeah.
It's Geralt of Rivia.
Oh, it's Geralt of Rivia. Okay, I'm sorry. I have not played The Witcher or anything. So Riverwood, I think, is like. Uh, I'm just thinking
A
Geralt
piece of
from
wood in a river. I don't know.
like Geralt from Riverdale. Like,
Yeah. So I guess you never tossed a coin to your Witcher.
right? I have not.
Oh,
Like, uh,
great
because
song.
but no, like, I feel like seeing Soul Calibur not really get talked about kind of bums me out because like in the realm of like MK1 Tekken, it stands out very much. Fuck, even Dead or Alive 6, you know what I mean? But like there's nothing that feels like a Soul Calibur game. There really isn't.
Yeah, no, there isn't. Well, Tekken 8 actually just dropped.
Well, Tekken 8 just dropped, and they do have like Yoshimitsu, which I'm so glad they brought Yoshimitsu's like OG costume back.
Well, they
Um,
they should like goddamn
Dude, I
like
love his alien look. Like they went so balls to the walls with Yoshimitsu's costumes. Like at one point he had like octopus tentacles on him, and I'm just like, bro, you need to pull it back, man. Like I don't. This isn't Yoshimitsu, okay?
Yeah.
Um, but now that because he was in he's in Tekken and Soul Calibur, which I always thought was really interesting. So he was in both of them, which I thought was huge. But I feel like he is one of the few characters that could, but like I don't know, man. I just feel like Soul Calibur needs another game. Like I feel like it needs another game. I love one of the things I love about Soul Calibur is like I said with the fantasy motif. So like when the announcer comes in and he's like, two fighters enter the battle ring. Only one will survive this. And I'm like, I don't know why, but I just love that. You know what I mean? Like it just has a very unique feel. Soul Calibur. Maybe I'll just make a whole video on this, like why Soul Calibur needs to come back. Um, but I feel like out of all of them, like people miss or gonna miss a legendary franchise like that, and I think it's cool to bring in like their guest characters. You know what I mean? In Soul Calibur 4, I always remember because they brought in Yoda, they brought in Star Killer because Star Killer was really big during that time. The Force Unleashed, Darth Vader, if you were on PC or PS3, and the Xbox had Yoda. Well, Yoda could only be attacked by low attacks, so he couldn't actually be used. He had to be banned in tournaments because he was so broken.
He shouldn't be in there, period.
No. But then what are you gonna do? Make Yoda tall?
Yeah.
So just stretch his legs out. But
Yeah. Make
like,
make make the short bitch tall.
do it. And that's what I want to see. I really hope that like with Tekken, I want to get Tekken again. I'm planning on getting. I want to get it. I just don't know exactly when. Um, but I want to get Tekken, and I just want to see what they did differently. Like I was gonna get Mortal Kombat 1 at one point, but Tekken's like my fighting game. That's like if all the games that I've had for fighting is Tekken, and I also have to do it because I have a friend of mine who likes to play it, and I usually beat his ass in Tekken, so I have to make sure that we keep up that. Kuki knows who I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, I want to make sure I just absolutely demolish him in Tekken because I am the petty bitch. So like, but no, it's really fun. I miss like fighting games. I mean, Smash Bros doesn't count as a fighting game. Um, but like, you remember even PlayStation even had that, like the PlayStation All Stars, and they really tried.
They tried, but they epically failed.
They epically failed. Um, it's kind of odd. Wolf's back. How's your
Well,
shower, Wolf? Uh,
it was wet.
it was wet. I still play Tekken once in a while. Well, you are good. Like uh Cookie's good. Cookie's good, but he's a good Tekken player. I heard they got rid of in Tekken 8. They got rid of Lucky Chloe, and now I'm like really sad. It's funny because like the characters that I typically don't like personally are the ones that I typically do really good with. Oh, of course they'd be wet. What do you mean?
Why do I get called out?
Because it's you, Scorp.
Yeah.
Because it's you. No, and that's the thing. Like I feel like I saw some of the looks of the other characters, like
Wolf,
Eddie
you just enjoyed
Gordo.
yourself a little too much.
Eddie Gordo had an interesting one. I've been smacked around by all my Evo contested friends. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, well, that means it's a skill issue, dude. You just got to get better. I mean, obviously, like when you hit the rank of, getting screwed over by a Pikachu because Lieutenant Thirds thought you were too strong, like, you got to get on my level. Have you guys played Ninja Gaiden? Oh, the documentary of my life. But
Can't get past the opening level.
Jokes on you, buddy. I got past Ninja Gaiden 2's first boss of Alexi, and then I stopped. So I was like, I started playing other shit. Um, Such a bloody game. It is a very bloody game. I really love Ninja Gaiden. Wow. I love Ninja Gaiden. I loved Ninja Gaiden 2 was the first one I played. And I was like, bro, this is just awesome. Like Team Ninja is really good at they know how to make action. And
Well, that's why they have a new game coming out, Rise of the Ronin.
oh yeah, Rise of the Ronin, which I'm definitely going to be looking into because I love but they also here's the thing: as much as they have a positive, they also made Metroid Other M. So yeah, like, um, I am what the oh I'm hemophobic. Okay, like so I wouldn't. I'm hemophobic, so I wouldn't last playing a game. Well, luckily for you, the blood isn't real. Like just think of it as like human cherry juice. Like
You would absolutely love Mortal Kombat.
oh my god, my favorite part of Mortal Kombat when it was like
Fatality.
it's mortal time and like like no, I think Mortal Kombat 1 looked like fun. I definitely got it. Or Fruit Punch. Yeah, let's go with like Powerade Fruit Punch, okay? Let's just say it's that. You know, I think it'd be funny if you could do a mode so instead of blood coming out, it's like Skittles or something. So like release the rainbow, taste the rainbow. Like,
Yeah. Taste the Rainbow. Like Rain would love that one.
rain on, yeah. Like
Uh,
I feel like it'd be so fun. You know what I mean? I, I yeah, I'm getting tired myself. I'm like, I need accessibility features. Oh, hiya. Oh, it's Sarah.
I know it's the long lost
It
Sarah.
is just Sarah. Like, oh my god, you can use her for like Sega.
Wow.
No, so we're all here. Taste my blood. Oh, absolutely not.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Taste my blood.
Jeez. I think we're gonna come back in about 2 minutes because he's broken.
I just wasn't expecting that.
You want to cry? He's already crying. I think he beat you to it.
I'm okay, but but no, like I would say like I love those kind of faster paced games though. Like Ninja Gaiden is a really good fast paced game. It's great for if you have ADHD because everything's just firing all at once. You know.
Well, no shit. Try having somebody like me who doesn't have it and trying to keep up with you
Oh, I know.
with your
It's like
topic.
you ever seen the movie Inside Out? You have
Yeah.
all the emotions and like
Yeah.
hit the button. It just it's like what is that? It's called ADHD mode. Like I think and so like games like Bayonetta is one of them where like you just jump and you're going all over the place and like you're you know I love it when you get into the zone of a game and nothing's around you. You know what I mean? Like you don't notice anything, but you're just like my house could be fully broken into, and I'm just so focused.
Yeah. When you're so immersed. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Um, but like it would be so fucking funny. Um, like I'm sorry, I'm all but like no, I think it would be. I think it would be like hilarious just to have ADHD mode and just explode so it's like lights and sounds and all this stuff is just pelting you at the same time. But like,
Yeah.
oh man, I can only imagine. Like fast paced games are fun. I love them. Games like Vanquish, Bayonetta, um, they're
Yeah,
just
it was.
so dude. You remember you um
Yeah, it was Flamingo. It was about tasting your bloody rainbow.
that was the bleeding bro. Or you walk into a room and totally forgetting it. You go back and then you find other things to do. Oh, I know. Like once that ADHD just smokes the hell out of you. One of the things that's funny is Or like having ADHD, yeah, it's like when you start going, you just like I realize I'll just won't do anything. Or like I need to do this, 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 and then all of a sudden, next thing I realize, it's been like 2 hours, and I'm still playing crosswords. It's like my mind was doing all the work I was supposed to do, and then it really reality kicked in, and I was like, oh damn, like yeah, it could be you end up with a lot of shit you got to do. Yep, like it's just yeah, no. Mm-mm. Like I hate having ADHD. I'm not gonna lie, but you just kind of live with it. But like when it comes to games, oh boy, like when you finally get that focus, it hits you like a truck. Like I played Skyrim one time, right? It was been a while since I played Skyrim, and I cranked it. For me, it's a long time. I sat for like 7 hours just going through the game. You know what I mean? Like started a new character, just was running through, having fun. It was nothing special. The only reason I got woken up out of it is because some fucking idiot got drunk, drove into over a fucking curb, and hit the fucking apartment 5 rows down.
And that was the end.
That was the like, what the fuck's going on? And so I look and then I see police like lights and all that stuff all over, and I'm like, fuck, like why the fuck are they over here? What are they doing? You know what I mean? So I start freaking the fuck out. And then all of a sudden I look and I see, yes, someone just boom hit. Same with me, but then Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Dude, Mass Effect I can get lost in.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh no, I can get lost in it for
No,
a
I'm just
while.
joking. Yeah.
Maybe 11. But like, yeah, Mass Effect. I haven't actually never played Dragon Age, so I really can't say.
Actually, Mass Effect was actually really good. Now that I beat it all, yeah, it was actually really good. I'm actually intrigued that the fourth one is in works.
Oh, yeah, true. No, it's gonna be good when it does. Same with when Mass Effect comes through. Oh my god! So I just kind of remembered something thanks to ADHD. So in one of my videos I had on a TikTok, I just noticed this. I'm looking at I'm looking at myself in this mirror right now, like in the screen, and someone said that I looked like a fucking beluga whale. And so I looked at it. And so I looked at it and I looked at it like, I don't look like, and then I looked at the forehead and I was like, oh god damn it. It's like I had a brain blast that only worked forward. Like it's just like, that's the benefits of ADHD. Like you just remember random shit. Oh yeah, it was fucking. She's like, "What?" It was fucking funny. I wasn't even mad at it. Actually, the funniest part was that I commented. I think I did. I did a re. I got stitch. I stitched her like this girl's video because she was saying about something. It was something else. It was about something about like some romance thing with a dude or whatever. And then like I saw like she has this stare, and I'm like, dude, that's the same stare that I make when like I see like the waiter show up with like my food. You know, I just sit there and I'm like. Finally, you know what I mean? Like I'm like all excited, and then she messaged me. She's like, were you making fun of me?" And I was like, "No." Like I was like, she's like, "Oh, like someone called me a beluga." I'm like, "No, I'm pretty sure they're talking about me." Like, well, kind of.
Wow. Yeah, you're getting called out.
What the most respect? Yeah, so I should have just changed my name to Afro Beluga. Jesus Christ, I'm never gonna be able to like. I have like, I mean, it's kind of it kind of sucks because now I can't unsee it, but it also doesn't help that the fact that thank God I have a face, otherwise I'd look like I have basically the same helmet design or the face design of like an EVA helmet from Halo. Like, it's kind of terrible. But can't stop myself. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry about it later. But like, I feel like when I go back to play, dude is broken. Dude, yeah, I'm only a little bit and just on the inside. But like,
And for once, it's not me.
Right? But no, like when I get like super into like sitting there and playing like Skyrim, like I don't know what it was, but it's it's like the Skyrim music. What's really funny because once you start mentioning Skyrim music, you hear it in your head. Maybe it's just me, but you can hear it. You know what I mean?
No, it's just you. I'm sorry. How many times have you played Skyrim?
Fuck you.
Exactly.
Like
Wait. No, let me paraphrase it. How many times have you played Skyrim per console?
mm,
Like I don't know how. Like, yeah.
like
So that
so
one time you've done it.
so yeah, 360, Xbox One, PS4, PS5. I mean, granted, the thing is, I don't really can count PS5 because it's like just the Legendary Edition. I just played it on a different console. It's basically the same fucking game.
But how?
Uh,
Okay, but my question is, how do you get the same game for multiple consoles over and over and over and just not get sick of it? Like I can't if I got a game for Xbox and I have a game for PlayStation, I can't get that same game for PlayStation or Xbox. I can't do it.
okay, so well, the thing is that at the one time I got a demon and angel on my shoulder, and most of the time they're just like, just do it.
Yeah, that's because
So they're
here
actually not
the
a
angels
demon
over
and
here,
angel.
the
They're
demons
just
over here. You just go like this to the angel and go. That's it. It's
they're
gone.
just two Nike swishes. Just to, like, just do it.
Yeah.
But no, like I think the for me, it was at a time I had like an Xbox, but then like I got rid of the Xbox,
Yeah.
and then after a while, I picked up Skyrim for like $10-15. You know what I mean? And so that was no big deal. I'll just restart it, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually I got the Xbox Series S. So then I just put all my shit on that. And then I had the PS5, which also already has Skyrim on there. So I just started playing that as well. So I just I do like when I play it, I do two different builds. Now, like most of the games I have doubles of, it's because I didn't have that console at the time. That's the only reason why. Like I had the PS4 version for um what's that game called? Borderlands. But then I decide shut up. But then I decided
It's only your most beloved play. Franchise.
it is my game of choice. Fuck you. So it's my it's my game of choice. I just don't like I'm always sitting there playing it. I can talk about that game for hours. I can play that game for hours.
So what
Like
are you gonna play after this?
Tiny Tina's Wonderland because I'm working on that actually right now. So
And that's a spin-off of
spin off of D&D. You fucking dick.
and
Shut up.
Borderlands.
So like
News caption plays Borderlands right after a podcast.
Youth Captain plays Borderlands right after that. Like,
Easy, Beluga.
let's go D&D. Dude, so I know okay, so by the way, since we have everyone here,
Whoa! Her messages just got deleted.
who it is?
Sarah's.
No, it didn't. There's one right
Yeah, it did.
here.
No, your mod. You still gotta fix your mod.
Oh, my Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might have sucked. Sarah, you should check out the YouTube, I think. YouTube is where I have it, or they shouldn't be getting deleted on. Shouldn't be getting deleted on.
you you had a whole damn 2 years to fix it, and you still haven't fixed it yet.
Shut up. Yeah. Okay. So I would do. Oh yeah, because it doesn't show. Actually, that's interesting. So it only shows cookies, yours and flamingos. It actually doesn't show Sarah's because she's
No.
using
It
Twitch.
does. It does. If you go to the comments, it's showing up. All of it's showing up.
Oh, on YouTube.
Yeah, it's all here. All the comments are all here. Get out of the like. You have the regular comments in the private chat. It's under the regular comments.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think that's cool. But yeah, I'm on Fortnite. I'm on Fortnite right now. Ugh, Fortnite. God, this is the game of champions. But no, I know we talked about doing like a D&D. I think I know I talked to you about it before. Doing a D&D thing. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Fuck, we could do a live D&D on fucking StreamYard.
We actually could.
Yeah, I think it'd be yes, please. Yeah. So I think it'd be really, really fun. I just gotta find a DM. I know my friend Kookie here, World Star Kookie. Don't forget about me when you come all famous. I would watch 10 out of 10. Dude, I think it'd be fun.
Okay, but let's get this straight. She's saying she'll watch 10 out of 10 because out of the 9 out of the 10 times she wouldn't, she's off doing something else.
She's watched it 10 out of 10. She'd watch 10 out of 10 because our show would be a 10 out of 10. Okay, like we're not gonna be, and we're not gonna be one of those people like you again. You're the next Critical Role. No, we're the next. We're just Afro and the Scorp featuring everyone else D&D edition. That actually sounds like fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. Get a bunch of streamers to do D&D.
Why not? Actually,
It's finding a DM is the hard part.
actually one of my mods, one of my mods is a GM.
Oh really?
Yep.
Oh sweet shit. That'd be actually really cool. Um, D&D, yeah, D&D thing would be really fun. I know I have another guy too that would be he could possibly be a DM as well, so that'd be really fun. Like I think it'd just be a good time in general. You know what I mean? I think it'd just be a good time in general.
No, exactly. And
But
he actually runs his own campaigns. He's running a campaign right now on Twitch. Not live now, but he is when he does go live. He's run actually multiple.
oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's super dope. One of the things too, I know, I would love to play. I would love it to play. I mean, but I'm a beginner. Well, that's good because I mean, honestly,
We're
I
all
think we're all
beginners.
kind of we're all beginners. Um, except me because I'm an edge lord, level 20,000. Like I
Yeah,
can't
he
count.
edges himself off at night.
Just shut up. Shut your fucking mouth. Finding a DM that
Yeah.
is okay with
Yeah,
backtracking
Victor, yeah.
and stupid shit happening just because. Yeah. Oh, is that Vader Taters?
No, 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 no.
Damn it. Oh,
No, no. Victor, he's one of my. He's been my mod now for like about three
I think the
years
only
now.
mod I have is you. Like, I don't even know if I even. I
I'm
don't
not
think I
even a
even.
mod.
Oh, you want to be my mod?
Oh, it only took you about 20 years.
It didn't take about 20 years. But like, oh, what the fuck? Like, yeah, it's pretty much gold. But the last thing I wanted to bring up, we were talking about games that we were excited for 2024,
Oh yeah.
and you want to pull up your list. You have a list or whatever. Stupid ads. I got caught in the ads. But
No, don't say that. Don't say
but
that.
like, but no. Is there anything you wanna like? I want to see what you have. Like, what?
Well, I'm looking at the list right now. I know we've said we were gonna jump onto this list as soon as like January 1st hit, but like you know what, January 31st is the best we could do. No, but right now, as of the games that just came out, there was nothing that piqued my interest actually. Um, this month, nothing really.
Let me. I'm
If
actually.
anything,
I
well,
went
if
back to go
anything,
look.
February for me, February would be because of Final Fantasy Rebirth,
So
which is coming out
I
on
actually
the
have a
9th.
couple of them here, and
Well, I
I
see
still.
one major one that's coming out on Valentine's Day for you.
Well, before I get to February, so I do want to get to the Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown. I do want to play that. Bulletstorm VR just sounds like fun. Um, and then obviously the Tekken 8. Speaking of which, uh, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that.
I knew she was gonna do that. I knew it. That's why I said don't guilt trip them.
I don't guilt trip people. Okay, February. Yeah, there's really not much. The Justice League. I'm not playing that one.
Yeah.
Helldivers sounds cool. Dragon
Wait,
Quest sounds cool.
what month are you still in right now?
I'm in February. Tomb Raider one.
Okay, now you're in February. There you go. There you go. Valentine's Day. There you go.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Like,
Why? That's your biggest one right there that you have to redeem yourself with.
dude, those are the original ones. Like, that's no. I still have to go through, and I will be going through the Tomb Raider series. Maybe I'll just have. Maybe if I have time, I have 4 days off next week.
No,
They're coming up here.
that's not the original ones, is it?
Yes, those are the originals. 1 through 3 remastered. With like
No.
super blocky Lara. Yes.
Really, those ones. I thought they were the other ones getting remastered from the
No,
360
no,
before Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
yeah,
No,
yeah. Those are old. They're
don't
old.
yeah
Want to
me.
trade
At least
those?
I know how
Want
to
to
shoot
trade
myself
those
out of a
days
rope.
off? That
Yeah.
sounds really tempting, but I do not. So Mario versus Donkey Kong. I think that'll be fine. That'll be looks kind of fun. Uh Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons remake. I think I'm gonna play that one.
Yeah,
Star
for
Wars Dark Forces is getting remade, and I think that's awesome. Like that's an old game.
well, it's getting a remaster. I don't think it's getting a remake.
Or remaster, my bad.
Yeah,
Um
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That one's gonna like have some of my time.
okay, I'm actually gonna put this up on screen for all y'all to see. Are you using the Game Informer one?
I'm using the GameSpot.
Okay. Well, they're the same thing anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So coming up here is this Super Princess Peach. I'm actually kind of looking forward to. It looks interesting. Like honestly, like using like the different kind of costumes and stuff for her to do her stage play and all that. I think that's actually really cool. Um, like there's something about that I think is cool. The Outlast Trials. I don't know. As Dusk Falls. I think that's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing. Dragon's Dogma I know is really big. Like Dragon's Dogma is one of those where people are super excited about. I've never played Dragon's Dogma. It's the first one's on PlayStation. I shouldn't say I tried playing the intro and it's kind of shit. Um so I was just like, yeah, this is no es bueno, sir. But I would say that I don't know about you, but the other one is Princess Peach Showtime and Rise of Ronin, obviously.
Yeah, I'm looking at Rise of Ronin as well. So there's obviously Final Fantasy Rebirth, Rise of the Ronin. I'm going down the list here. Yeah, there's also that other one, the what is it? Oh, it's down at the bottom. It's that Ninja Turtle one.
Oh, okay. Uh
The last one, the last of the samurai or something.
oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, there's it's just not up here. I was looking for yeah, Persona 3 Reload. Oh, that comes out really soon.
Actually, hold on. Let me see.
Persona 3 Reload is supposed to be the remake version of Persona 3. So I'm gonna end up picking that one up because I love Persona. All right, so are we jumping in? Oh, this is Iridian Cycle. Oh, this looks kind of fun. I like these little 2D. I love this design. I honestly, you can't really see where my mouse is because it's all darkened. But like, I love this kind of like style of game. It has such a unique look to it, like the 16-bit, but still like 3D at the same time.
Yeah.
Freedom Planet 2, Euphoria, the Chronicles. I'll probably check that one out. I never played the Senju Saga Hellblade. I heard it's really good, but I haven't played it yet. Braid is another one, dude. Do you ever play Braid?
No, I haven't.
Braid is like a platformer. It's like a side-scrolling little platforming game. It's super good. Play it. I would definitely recommend it. So for May, they only have one for May.
Let me see. Yeah, okay, so I had to switch my lists right now. Now I'm on the Game Informer one because apparently the one I was on it crapped out at
Yeah, I'm actually
April and
very
stuff.
very
Yeah,
shocked right now.
this is what I was looking at before. Yeah, you're at
Yeah.
May right now.
Yeah, take a look.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's and it's an anniversary edition. No, I haven't played Braid.
Yeah, Braid is fun. So June has Destiny 2, The Final Shape, and Spy X Anya. Operation Memory. So is that like Spy X Family, but with Anya? Oh, that's cute. Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. Ace Combat, holy shit. Those
Yeah,
are
I know
fun
some
games from
people
what I've heard.
in combats at one point.
I want to see if they're up on like PlayStation or something. I'll definitely try them. Black Myth Wukong. This looks good. Like Lulong Fallen Destiny is pretty good too. I would put that one. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Didn't Space Marine 1 get like taken off? Like that's an old one too. Space Marine 1, I think it's like Xbox 360, isn't it?
I think some of them are.
Yeah, I think that's kind of old. So these are all the rest of them that are to be announced. Wow, that looks really
So then
good.
that means anything after September, there's nothing. Like,
well, these are all the to be announced. So you know that like Call of Duty's coming. Whatever shooters come around that time. You gotta remember that kind of shit that comes through. This actually looks really, really good. You guys are shut your mouth, Sarah. This really hurts my feelers. Oh, that Wukong game finally coming out. Saw that a while ago. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good.
We may be old, but we may be wise.
Arc 2,
at least we have more skill.
Arc 2, Assassin's Creed Mirage for for iOS. Ew.
Like when you see the iOSs and stuff like that, there's a lot of stuff coming for PC and stuff like. So yeah, Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 14, like more is coming there.
Like Battlecross, Beastie Ball, Behemoth, Beyond Good and Evil. I've heard those are. You're never too old to be bold. I don't know why, but that resonates with me now. I love that. Blue Protocol. Let's see. I wish they'd make a Blue Dragon. That was really big for a while. Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Let's see. City Skylines 2. I've heard should be pretty good. Contra is getting a new one.
Contra, God.
Oh my God.
I know.
Creature Keeper, Deathbound.
I did the old Nintendo Classic stream a while back and played Contra. I remember that one.
Oh yeah, EA Sports College Football, that is coming out as well too, which I am interested in. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest with you.
I'm interested in Little Nightmares 3.
Is that coming through too? Final Fantasy. All these are the big ones. I think those are the Final Fantasy. Was that 16? A Realm Reborn?
No. 14's.
Oh, 14. Oh, that's the.
XIV is 14. Roman numerals.
Yeah. Oh, I got mixed up. Frostpunk, Ghostbite.
Okay, so you're
Greedfall.
Is it
Greedfall 2? Huh?
Yeah, you're just a little bit behind me because I'm just a little ahead.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I might actually try that. John Carpenter's Toxic Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game. Dude, Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. Oh, for iOS. Lollipop Chainsaw. Dude, Lollipop Chainsaw. Like, that game's actually really fun.
Yeah, Little Nightmares 3.
Little Nightmares 3 will be good. Luigi's Mansion 2.
But it says HD though.
Oh, so it's remake. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Okay, I can't wait for that one. Like, I really want them to redo all the Metal Gears though.
The Multiverses, they're trying that again. Octopath Traveler 2. This read review. Okay. Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door for the Switch. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Planet of Lana. That's actually a pretty fun one.
Plants vs. Zombies 3. Welcome to Zomburbia. For
Raven
iOS
Swatch.
and Android. Oh God.
Rekka. Let's see. Replaced. Rugby 24. Oh man, EA is running out of games of sports. Indiana Jones game looks kind of sick.
Silent Hill 2 for PlayStation 5 and PC.
Skate Story. Sun and Bone. Star Wars Outlaws is the one that I'm really iffy on. Because it's made by Ubisoft, but like it has potential to look really good and be really good. But then it also has the potential to be just another Ubisoft game. Starship Troopers.
Oh, great movie. That I'm sorry to say, but that is good. Like if you want your cheesy old space movies,
Starship Troopers was one of them. Test Drive Unlimited. Holy shit. Lord of the Rings Gollum.
The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria.
Just make like Lord of the Rings Conquest, like just bring that back. The Wolf Among Us 2. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I haven't even played The Wolf Among Us, like the first
right?
one. Is it good?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's my favorite Telltale game.
Mhm.
Untitled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem game for the PC. Vampire the Masquerade.
That's one right there. That's gonna get me, and it's coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series
Yeah.
XS, and all. Oh yeah, Vampire the Masquerade
Visions
Bloodlines.
Visions of Mana. Isn't that an old game? I think that's an old game.
Yeah.
Wild Bastards, Witchfire, World of Warcraft, World of Goo. All right. Okay. Cool. Damn. That's a lot of games coming through. A lot more than I thought.
But there's still some in the talks. Like there's another Splinter Cell. There's like another.
Yeah, there'll still be some that I chopped up. Oh, they'll pop
Yeah.
up pretty soon here and there. But alrighty, man. I think that was actually a really good one. It's been a really good one so far.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and I
Definitely.
appreciate everybody being in here as well. Thank you all for coming and listening to us. So this was a really good, I'm not gonna lie, really good stream.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
It was actually a really good stream.
oh for sure. Well, make sure to catch Scorpio over on his Twitch, myself on my Twitch, and my YouTube channel and all that. I'll probably have to put another video up. Unfortunately, I forgot what I was going to put the video up about. So I'm gonna have to go through and relook through this again. Oh, Soul Calibur.
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
remind you
cool.
if anything
Yeah,
gets
right.
released.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Alrighty, everyone. You all have a great evening. Make sure to check out all the socials when I put them down in the description. And as always, I'm Taylor from Afro Fish OG, and I will catch you all in the next one.